Good day to all you wonderful viewers and listeners out there. I'm Mr. Cisse back again on another math lesson. Today our lesson is on cosine rule, the law of cosine, sometimes stated as cosine rule. It's all the same. The law of cosine and that of cosine rule. The law of cosine. Previously, we've discussed on the law of the sine law. The sine law and cosine law are all applicable on non-right angle triangles. Triangles that are not right angle triangles. For right angle triangles, we've discussed some topics that deal with right angle triangle, that is Pythagoras theorem and that of trigonometric ratios. But if you have a triangle that is not a right angle triangle, we apply the law of sine and cosine to find the missing side or that of the missing angle as well. So it reads, if you know the measures of enough sides and angle of a triangle, you can solve the triangle. If you know the measures of enough sides and angles of a triangle, you can solve the triangle. So the law of cosine can be used to solve triangles when the measure of all the three sides are known or are given, or when the measure of two sides and an included angle are known. That is, this law is applicable on a triangle, on any given triangle. Let's say that's our triangle. You can label them A, B, and C. If the three sides of the triangle are given or are known, that is, if you know the length of the three sides, the length of line segment AB, for example, if it is 5 centimeter, and the length of triangle BC is another maybe 4 centimeter, and then we have another length of line segment BC of the triangle, the third side, let's say 7 centimeter. Because we know all the three sides, we can apply the law of cosine to find any missing angle that we want to find here, the side of any missing angle. Or if we know two sides of the triangle and an included angle. Yes, that's the law. The law of cosine. The law of cosine. The law of cosine, as I said previously, is only applicable on non-right angle triangles. Triangles that are not right angle triangles. So if you are given a triangle, and the triangle is a right angle triangle, we use Pythagoras theorem to solve the missing side or missing angle, or that of trigonometric ratios to solve the missing sides or that of the angle. But if you have a triangle that is not a right angle triangle, and you want to find a missing side or a missing angle, this law is applicable provided that we know all the three sides of the triangle, or we know two sides and included angle. By looking at this triangle that we have in front of us here, let's say we have triangle ABC. That's a triangle that we have there. This triangle, we should note that the side opposite the angle A, we label it as A. The side opposite angle C, we label it as small c. And the side opposite angle B, we label it as small letter b. To find any of these missing sides, we apply these laws given there. That is, if you are to find the missing side A, the cosine rule states that A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus the same BC cost the value of A, that is the angle there. That is, this angle, if you square it, A is equal to the other two sides, that is B there and C, squared, B squared plus C squared minus 2 times the two sides BC, the cos of the angle A there, this angle A, and cos A. This is the formula to find the length of A. You will solve this. At the end, you will find the square root of A. That will give us the value of A. Likewise, if you are to solve for B, it's the same pattern. B squared, we have the length B on one side, is equal to the other two sides squared, that is A squared plus C squared. We have A here, the side A squared plus this side C squared, minus 2, the same AC. 2AC cost the angle of B, and that angle is here. So you take B. So you realize that when we are solving for A, the cos is angle A. When we are solving for B, the cos is angle B. And for C squared, that is this side here, if you are finding the length of C, it is equal to A squared plus B squared, because triangle have three sides. If you are solving for one side, the other two sides you square them. C squared equals to A squared plus B squared minus 2 of the two sides that you've squared, that is A and B, 2AB, cost the angle. The angle of C is here. Angle C, so you'll have cos C. These three will help you to find these three laws there, laws of cosines, are used to find the missing sides of triangles. But we can also simplify this in another form. That is, if you are to find a missing angle, we can make this cos A the subject of the formula. It's also possible. And cos B and that of cos C the subject of the formula. In that case, it will be easier for us to find the angle than using this directly. Even though we can use this and then solve it, but it's better you make cos A the subject in some instance for simplification. So the law of cosine relates the length of the sides of the triangle to the measure of the opposite angle. Set? Yeah. As a given example, solve triangle ABC. The triangle is given. The triangle we have there is ABC. The length of all the three sides are given. BC is 15, AB is 8, and that of AC is 9. So if you have to apply the law of cosine to find the missing angles there, because all the three sides are given, this is what we mean by side, side, side. If all the three sides are given, we can apply the law of cosine. The law of cosine on this, because we know all the three sides, we can find any angle. Let's find A, angle A first. Angle A on this triangle, on the given triangle there, we have one angle there is A. So we have to find that angle. To solve for that angle, first we have to derive the formula for it, the cosine formula, and the cosine formula to find this angle. Let's label the sides. The side opposite angle A is our small a. So this side there, where we have 15, is A. This side that is opposite to B there, opposite to angle B, as the length AC is our small b. And the side opposite angle C is our small c. And there it is equal to what? 8. So we have all the three sides given. So we have to find the angle A there. To solve for angle A, we are going to apply the formula of cosine rule, where A squared, the one that is given there, you can see is A squared is equal to A squared is equal to the other two sides squared, that is B squared plus C squared. Then minus 2 of the two sides, 2 times the BC cost A. Since we are solving for A there, that's capital A, so we have to find cos A, the value of A. And to do that, you can see on this, that is A squared, the value for A is 15. That is the side that is A, the small a is 15. And that of B is 9 and C is 8. So in place of A there, I'll substitute. Our A squared is 15 squared, which is equal to, our B squared is 9 squared, you can see it here, and C squared is 8 squared, minus 2 times 8 times 9 cos A. The value that we don't have here on this is 8, so we are solving for A there. To find the value of A, the 15 square will give us what? 225, 15 times 15. 8 square will give us 64, 9 squared 81, minus 2 times 8 times 9, that will give us 144 cos A. If I add these two values together, 64 plus 81, that will give us what? 145. 145 minus 144 cos A. This 145, you transpose it to the left-hand side. So in other words, it will be 225 minus 145, and that will give us 80. 80 is equal to minus negative 144 cos A. To make cos A the subject, we divide both sides by negative 144. And if you divide both sides by negative 144, automatically we'll get cos A is equal to negative 80 all that over 144. 80 divided by 144 will give us a decimal. 80 divided by 144, that will give us negative 0.555 recurrent there. So if I should extend this, realize that cost A is equal to negative 0.555, like that. If we find the cos inverse of this, that is our value for A there, therefore A will be equals to cos inverse of negative 0.556. Yeah, cos inverse of minus 0.556 will automatically give us this value, that is what we have there, 123.75, which is approximately 124 degrees. That is when we are solving for angle A there. First we start with angle A. To find that of angle B, that is this angle that we have there, angle B, that's what we have on this slide. That's find the measure of angle B. Angle B, will apply the same formula. The formula, we have to drive it. The formula is B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B. Our B squared, B on the triangle given, is 9. So B squared is 9 squared, which is equal to 15 squared, that is our A squared, plus 8 squared, minus 2 times 15 times 8 cos B. 15 square give us 225, 8 square is 64, and 2 times 15 times 8 will give us 240 cos B. So if I add these two together, that is 225 plus 64, we'll get 289. 289 minus 240 cos B is equal to 81. So we'll transpose this 289 to the left-hand side and subtract it from 81. That will give us a negative value because this is greater. We'll have negative 208 is equal to negative 240 cos B. And if you divide both sides by this negative 240, negative 240, this will go, so we'll get our cos B. Cos B automatically will be equals to a positive answer, negative, negative will go. We'll have 280, 208 divided by 240. And if you find B, we take the cos inverse of 208 divided by 240, and that will give us this value that we have there, that is 29.9, which is approximately 30 degrees. So in a given triangle, if we know the two sides, we can easily get the third side, because the law says that the sum of the triangles, it's clear that if you know two sides, if you add them together and subtract it from the third side, we'll know the third side. That is, once we know A and B, we subtract from 180 to find C. Or we could use the law of cosine, but that makes more steps. So to avoid that, add the two sides that we know, subtract it from 180, that will give us the side of the missing side, which is C. Angle C, therefore, is equal to 26 degrees. So another example, example 2 there. Find triangle ABC. We have to find this triangle. We'll start with B. The side opposite angle B. Angle B there is given is 100, and we are given two sides. That is, AB is given is 7 centimeters, 7, and BC is 4. So if you look at this triangle we have a side, angle, side. We have side AB, which is 7, given, an included angle 100 degrees, and we have another side BC, which is 4. So we can apply the law of cosine on this triangle. The law of cosine to apply starts, we want to find B there. B squared is equal to, we have A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B. B squared, we don't know the value of B, so we leave it as that. B squared is equal to A, we know the value of A. A is 4. So it means we'll have 4 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 4 times 7, cos the value of the angle B is given, B is 100. So we have 100 there, cos 100. So B squared is equal to 4 squared is 16, 7 squared is 49. So minus 2 times 4, which is 8, times 7 will give us 28. In bracket, we have cos B will give us negative 0.1736. If you punch in your calculator, negative 0.1736. So we'll multiply, we'll add the two values together. That is the B, the A value, and that of this C value that we squared. That's 16 plus 49 will give us 65. Then minus 28 times negative 0.1736 will give us a positive value. Negative, negative will be positive. We get 4.8608 if you multiply them together. Now, when we add the two together, we'll have 49.8608, which is approximately, if you take the square root on both sides, B automatically will be equals to the square root of 49, which is 49.8608, which will give us 8.3, approximately 8.358, and which is approximately 8.4. So the length of B there, of this side, will be approximately 8.4. So we'll apply the law of sine. Because we know this side and we know this angle, we can apply the law of sine to find the angle which we've already dealt with, the sine law. The law of sine says what? If you know the two sides, that is, now using sine rule, on this triangle that is given, we can take, because we know B, angle B and side B, so we can take it in that form. Sine B, all that over small b, is equal to, if we want to find this angle there, angle A, we'll take the angle and that of the sides. will be equals to sine A, which we don't know, over small a. Then we substitute and find our value of angle A there. Sine B, the value for sine B is known now, is 100, and that of the small b is 8.4. The small a, the length of A is 4 as well, so we'll substitute them in. So this will give us sine B will be sine 100. All that over approximately 8.4 is equal to sine A, all that over small a, which is 4. If you cross multiply this, you'll get the value of A that you are looking for. First, we have to cross multiply 4 sine 100 is equal to sine A times 8.4. Sine 100 will give us the value of 100 sine will give us 0.9848. So at the end there we'll get 4 times 0.9848 is equal to 8.4 times sine A. If you divide both sides by 0.4, 8.4, this will go. So at the end we'll get our sine A. So sine A is equal to 4 times 0.9848 divided by 8.4, which will give us approximately, we'll have 0.44690. We are solving for A. So to find the value of A, we take A is equal to, we take the sine inverse of A, which is sine inverse of 0.4690. And that will give us what? Automatically, the value of A will be equals to sine inverse of that will give us is 27.96, which is approximately 28 as the value of 28 degrees, the angle of B that we have there, angle of A. So the angle of A on this is equal to 27.96, which is approximately 28. So to find that the angle A, this is approximately 28 degrees. So that of angle C, to get that of angle C, we'll apply the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So if we add the two together, we subtract it from 180, that will give us angle C. And that of angle C, if we add this two together, that is 128. 180 minus 128 will approximately give us, that will give us 52 degrees. So by going through, you realize that we are able to solve for all the three angles that we need there. And it's very important. We are able to solve, angle B is given, we solve for A, angle B, the side B. That helps us to use sine rule to find angle A. We add the two angles together to get that of angle C.